Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, the long-awaited Tua Tagovailoa. I'm fired up for this one. It should be a great one. Ole Miss. We're going to show some highs, some lows, some everywhere in between, where he falls, NFL draft analysis. Should be a good one. Let's get it started. Welcome to the QB School. All right, before we get started, just to kind of build some context for this video is Alabama versus Ole Miss. It is a handful of highlights, lowlights, everywhere in between, handful of snippets of plays. Really a kind of preview to what's available over on the Patreon community this week with Tua full game against Ole Miss. I think it provides a little bit more kind of a nuance, kind of layered understanding of where he's at with the draft analysis, where he was at when he's healthy, where he maybe projects moving forward. But this is a nice little preview and provides some really highlights of things that he does really well and some things that maybe didn't show as well as I anticipated in the film. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. Let's get it started. All right, 7-7 early in the first quarter. What Tua is able to do here is really go through a simple mesh play off a little fly sweep, get through that in read. One of my favorite things here, concept-wise here, this is just straight up air raid mesh down here underneath routes with a little rail route that I thought he might have been able to hang with. Just let me draw it up real quick so we got a better understanding about where we're going here. We get the mesh right here coming up underneath, sitting in zone. We're going to get it in over the top where the ball actually ends up going. I think he shows some nice anticipation, letting this thing go early. But I would have loved to have seen him kind of hang on this running back on the rail or bullet route down the side here. I think he's got a chance with this. Maybe one, he does get collision by an underneath coverage would be the only reason to come off of it. I put it in here really because I loved his footwork, able to get through a read. You know, he gets off of it a little early for me, but that is super picky. I love his pocket presence, nobody around him, able to quickly, easily manipulate the pocket, come back and throw that in route. So we're reading the tailback. No, I don't love the tailback's release. Gets jacked at the first level, but I love Tua's be able to come off of it, not panic, throw a nice little anticipation in here. We'll slow it down a handful of times. So fake the jet sweep, gets off of it with the back skip releasing for some reason, as opposed to just going. And then we can see the anticipation to that in. We see the mesh underneath. No, rake that in right down the middle of the field. Again, I'll slow it down here just so we can see when he lets this thing go. Just a little bit early. You know, see that window pop open there. And then just as this is Alabama, and I love their offensive line. Watch this right guard here. This is pass protection. Looking for work. Get out the club. Beautiful. So Tua, pocket presence, accuracy, you know, not panicking, good footwork, locked into the progression of the routes. Then here we'll see this shot that they ended up doing a handful of times this game. Shift from a 0-4 formation to a 2x2, and then we're going to get a big post. And really it's based off leverage down here to the bottom of the screen, a little stacked formation with a post and an over. Tua does a great job going all the way through it, big boy post all the way down the field. So how did they get there? So besides for the shift, multiple shifts here, really the essence of this thing up top is a corner and a flat. Looks like that's where his eyes are first. Then we're going to get an over back here. And really this is almost like, then we're going to come back here. So this over is going to take this safety with him. So now basically all that really matters for us to understand this play is we got a post with our fast guy against their sort of fast guy, but we got leverage, meaning we're inside of him the whole way. There's no safety in the middle of the field, and we just chuck this thing. And really it goes 1 over here, 2 to the over, 3 to the post. Really nice job. Play a handful of times here. No to the corner, no to the over, yes to the post. Enough arm strength, go up there and get it. Now he's got some dudes on the perimeter, no doubt about it. But he made some nice throws on these posts this game. We see the shift up, watch his eyes go through this progression from right to left. Little play fake. Again, high-low, flat defender to the right. He gets off of it fast with his eyes. No. Back to the over. No. Big post. Let it go. Enough arm strength to get through it. Now he does do a little heel click, kind of outfielder curl hop into that thing, but you have to when you're going to take that sort of a chuck down the field. And accuracy all over the place on these deep balls. From there, the next one we see, a little 3x1, able to come in here, and really this shows his athleticism when he's healthy. Get a free runner. We got issues with the pass pro I'll talk about from the back end. But he dips his shoulder, beautiful, 2 hands on the ball, shows the explosiveness, twitchiness to be able to make this guy miss. Free runner, nickel from the field. dip, shoulder down, keeps his vision down the field, and flings it with somebody at his feet. Just a great job. People sleep on it, his athleticism a little bit, just because he's been hurt, nicked up so much. But watch this free runner coming from the left. No. Again, look at this. Just dip that shoulder up, 2 hands on the ball, get around him, doesn't even touch him. He's got somebody at his feet. Makes that throw down the field on a wide open little layered levels corner route. So again, you love to see this kind of athleticism flash when you're watching film. Get up. Again, just for fun, look at this right guard. Come back, looking for work. Again, boom. Not a no-line tape, but still fun to watch those guys get after it for Alabama. If you love this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications when we go live, when we put out new stuff. Trying to do it as much as we possibly can. Then next, you want to get nuts, help support the channel, please think about joining. Get the membership, get the badge after your last name, change colors, use the emojis when we get in the live stream, all sorts of good stuff, different ways to support the channel. I appreciate it. Let's dive into the video. Of course, there were some flashes. I think this is the one thing that really surprised me watching the entire film that you can see on the Patreon community. But he had some misses, and I mean like 3 or 4 touchdown misses. Right here, this is a sluggo to the field, and he just misses this thing. This is a route on air. Now, whether that thing got in the sun or what, this is just a sluggo to the #1 receiver to the top of the field. Right here, one-on-one, sluggo, absolutely crushes this corner. Underneath, I think they ends up being like a little whip as the #2 if it wasn't there. But he comes back wide open. This is 1 personnel, which you don't see very often. But again, that's a miss. And there were at least 3, if not 4, touchdown misses. So I can't explain it to you. It looks fundamentally sound to me. Just kind of surprising more than anything else. You know, I love the back of his drop. Good base. Lets that thing go and got it. Again, this isn't a 69 highlight film, but that guy gets after it. Just a strange miss that you wouldn't expect from a guy who's going to go so early in the draft. And I think the full game shows an even broader context of these things popping up more than you would probably anticipate when you evaluate someone who's a potential #1 overall. Then finally, we're going to come back and hit one more post. This is the same exact concept as the earlier post. We get an over and a post down here to the bottom of the screen. This time it's just with the tight end, and this poor corner has no chance. He gives him a little collision, but right down the pipes. Love those post throws that are right down the tracks. Again, fundamentally, love the technical element of his base to his base when he gets to the back of his drop. Feet apart, locked in, exactly where he needs to be to throw these things down the field accurately. We're going to get the over, and then we're going to get the post. Again, defensively, they got no chance with this safety. Runs over with the over, and you got the post with leverage to the boundary. Even easier throw this time. Again, love the fact that he's going through his reads. Now, this is borderline like air raid Y over right here. Just right down the tracks. Beautiful throw up on his face. It can't be stopped. Again, watching the progression, I think, is one of the reasons I liked it so much. Working right to left. No. No to the over. Yes to the post. Massive throw. I mean, didn't do this on purpose, but 69 might have more highlights than Tua. That is an absolute dime, though, down the field, right down the tracks. Love it. So there's a lot of things to really like about Tua's game. I think I was a little bit surprised when you watch the whole game about some missed opportunities, but there are some flashes. I think that the escapability, the kind of twitchiness of him being able to make somebody miss while also being fundamentally sound, 2 hands, dipping his shoulder, 2 hands on the ball, dipping his shoulder, eyes down the field, making throws with people at his feet. And then he's so accurate on all the underneath intermediate stuff. Maybe has a few misses down the field that you'd love to have back, but at the same time, he has a lot of chunk plays too, where he is very accurate, gives his guys a chance. And now, obviously, he's got some unbelievable perimeter and interior guys playing with him at Alabama, but he will also win the league. And so, for me, big fan of Tua. Think he's got a really bright future in the league, and I'm fascinated to see how he kind of makes his way as far as health, organization. So much of it is luck in the draft, but I think he's got a really bright future, and I'm just a big fan. Love watching him play. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more of it, see the full version over on the Patreon community on this Friday. So appreciate it. See you next time.